Hey, today we are going to see the another session. So this is how to create an instance and how to install the Docker in the via EC2 machine, and then finally how to build the image of your application and deploy it in the Docker. So this whole part we are going to see as a full stretch automation. Okay. So there is a one thing which I'll share you that what exactly we are going to automate this one. So this is the earlier video which everything is done in a manual way. So what we have done is this is the earlier uh, video. What exactly we have done over here is we have created the EC2 instance manually, and then once manually we created the EC2 machine, we have created the Docker image through GitHub Actions. So once it created the image and then pushed into the repository, we will log in into the EC2 machine, and then we try to pull the image, and then we um, run the image manually, and then finally we will get to know that the application is up and running. So here only the image creation part only earlier we automated. So creation of EC2 machine and the creation of um, creation of EC2 machine was manual, and then installation of Docker and running Docker machine, pulling images, everything is also manual. So the image creation only automated. Now this whole process is automated. You can create a EC2 machine, and then you can build an image, and then you can once the image is built, you can install the Docker in the EC2 machine, and finally you run the um, Docker in the EC2 machine. So this whole part is automated, and finally you can see that the application is up and running. Okay, let us, without wasting time, let us jump into the session. So, okay. If you want to know that, if you see this earlier video, that would be helpful. Okay, so now we'll go to the Visual Studio. Okay, so what exactly we have done? So we have created two folders. One is source folder, which will be having all the Angular items. So, and the other one is a Terraform folder. So, Terraform folder will be having that the definition of all your um, uh, instance creations, everything. So, if this is overall picture. So, okay. So, what exactly it will do is it will create the um, region US is east one, and then it will use this AMI, and if you it will use the T2 micro, that since it's a free version, so everything is defined over here in the main.tf files. So the other thing is finally we are going to use this everything in the applications. Okay, so how exactly let us go to this main.tf file. So this is for AWS. We have defined the region, and then we have defined the key name, VPC public key, and then instance type and AMI, and then finally we have created the connections. Okay, and then we have created the one security group. So that's it. Okay, so that's it. We have done. Okay, now next thing. So let us go into the workflow. So, okay. So what we have done in the workflow. So workflow has a two parts. So if you look at that, there are two parts. First one is a provision EC2, and the other one is a deploy application. So provision EC2 will create a EC2 instance, and then deploy this is based on. So you can see that here needs provision EC2, right? So this, if provision EC2 is failure, then this deploy app won't run. So it needs provision EC2. So let us go through one by one what is there in the provision EC2 and what is there in the deploy app. So provision EC2. Okay, so what is exactly we are doing is this is self-explanatory. You can see that we are taking the code and then we are configuring the AWS credentials. So these are all secrets and all, everything has been mentioned in the previous video, how to use the secrets of GitHub actions, everything. Okay, so this AWS actions, we have given the TID and the secret access. So you can configure those two. And then you can go for setup Terraform. Okay. So this configure is AWS credential system. Now next thing is we are going for Terraform. So the Terraform has three portions. One is Terraform init, which will for initialization, whatever is dependencies, then everything will be resolved. And then Terraform plan, you can see that what is there in the plan. I mean, what are the things which is going to be created that will be defined. And then finally Terraform apply, which will actually create the resources. Terraform destroy will destroy all the things. Okay. So first thing is actions. We have taken out the latest code. And then the next thing is configure AWS credentials. So we have configured AWS credentials, key ID and access ID. So if you want to know that, I'll put that video how to do that. So that is given in the other video. I'll give it in the description. So these three things are required to configure AWS credentials. And then set up Terraform. Yes, we have given here. Okay, finally Terraform apply. So Terraform apply. So private key, whatever we have defined it, right? Secret. So everything is defined in the secret, GitHub secrets. Okay. So that's the thing. So once this has been given, so what are the things that will done? Okay. So we need to redirect to main.tf where it is there. Okay. So it is there under Terraform. Okay. So under Terraform folder. So that's why we have given CD Terraform we have given. So and then Terraform init, it will initialize that. It will create the dependencies. It will download dependencies, all the things. And then Terraform validate will validate whether all the things are correct or not. And then Terraform plan, it will show you that what are the things which is going to be created. And then Terraform apply. This is auto previous. If you didn't give that, it will ask you yes or no. So that's why we are giving auto approve. It should create. Okay. So Terraform apply. So this will be the EC2 instances which will be created. Output is we need this IP address because we are going to use it in the subsequent steps. So that's why we need it. So this output. So finally here this output will be set it as a server public IP. Okay. So here we are setting it up server public IP. Oh, okay. So this is the portion of provision EC2. So now deploy app. So deploy app, everything is there. Okay. So now this whole portion will be taken. Okay. So first thing is again runs on Ubuntu latest and then needs provision EC2. So if provision EC2 is success, then only this will run. Okay. Then the steps will come in there. Checkout, we will take the latest code and then set up node.js environment. It will set up a node.js environment and then see server public IP. So which is taken out in the provision EC2 step, right? See needs.provision EC2 output. So this public server public IP, we have set it over here. If you look at that server public IP outs, okay, right? In the outs, server public IP is given, right? So that is stored in the GitHub environment. Okay. Next thing is this is, you can ignore it, but for whether it is coming correctly or not, I have printed. And then finally, it will install the node package manager and then finally it will build the solution. Okay. And then once this build is done, we are going to create a we are going to build the image and push it into the Docker repository. Okay. So for that, we need that images. If you go here, image is nothing but, if you go here, docker.io, see, this is the thing. So this is my repository, Changan 1111 new Docker. So this is what image. The Docker file is nothing but the Docker file which we have given over here, right? Docker file. Okay, so this is the Docker file which needs to refer, and then I'm going to give it as a tag v2. That means version 2. Registry is docker.io. Okay, docker.io will be redirecting here only. Docker.io, right? So that is the registry that is I have given. And then username password. So those will be taken from the GitHub secrets. Okay. So this will build and push it into the repository. That image will be now ready after this step. Okay. Now this is the other two steps are Docker login is given and configure AWS credentials. Okay. So this is very simple steps. Yeah, we have seen in the provision EC2 as well. Now the next thing is configure SSH. Okay. So we are going to create that SSH key, everything. We are going to add it in the EC2 machine. Okay, so host EC2, and then whatever the host is nothing but this EC2 output, right? The server public key. So that is being set as a host name, and then host name with the name of EC2. So the actual host is EC2. It is a convenient name. You can give anything. And then IP address, and then user is EC2 generally, and then identify file we are going to give that. So this entire portion is configure SSH. Okay, this is common for across all the things. And then environment variable, this is we know that server public IP, user is EC2, generally EC2 will be the username, and then private key is nothing but we have downloaded PEM file while creating that Amazon, AWS, right? That private key only. So it starts with the begin private and end private. It will be like that. So those are stored in the GitHub secrets. And then Docker password is also okay. So those are also stored in the secrets. Okay, GitHub secrets. Okay, so this is done. And then the next thing is okay. So by this, we are able to we have defined this set of we have added the host file. So we will be able to communicate SSH EC2. So this EC2 is nothing but this name. If you give the other name, you have to use that one. Okay. So you can run multiple commands with the symbol. Okay. So what we are going to do is first we are updating all the packages. So once all the packages is updated, we are going to install the Docker, and then we are going to start the Docker service. And then once it is created, we are going to add the EC2 user in the Docker group. This A means append, G means group. So we are going to modify that adding that EC2 user group in the EC2 user in the Docker group. Okay. And then finally we are exiting. So why we need to exit? That means we generally if you are doing that daemon services, then we need to log out and log in. Then all the changes will be effective. So that's why we are giving exit. And then once exit, it may take 5 to 10 seconds to the system should get out. So I have given that 30 seconds delay. And then finally, again, what we are going to do is, until this portion, we have downloaded the, until this portion, we have set up a Docker only. So now, once Docker is done, now we are going to log in the Docker. So this is the command for Docker login. So Docker login username is this one, and password is password is passed it as a standard input. So that means stdin we have given. Okay. So this is a multiple command, right? Once docker login is done, the next and symbol is given. We are going to docker pull this. This is nothing but this this portion image. Okay. Okay. And then just to check that whether the images is downloaded or not, we are giving docker images. And finally, we are going to run. So we are going to see if you didn't give the detached mode, this process will never get exit. It will not be finished because you are running in the non-detachable mode. So it will capture all the logs. So if you give detached mode, then it will run in the background. So that's it. So what we are going to do is my node server is listening. My node server. Okay, so my node server is will be running on 3000. So that's why we are going to giving that. So this container should listen. That container 8080 should listen 3000, and then image is this one and version is this one. So it should run everything. Okay, so that's the overall picture. Okay, so you may get it that complete thing is once provision EC2 is, that means EC2 is ready, then we are going to check out and then we are setting up a Node.js and then we are setting up IP address in the environment variable and then we are building, ng build we are giving. So after that, once build is done, we are going to build the image, not Angular, build the image and then push it into the Docker repository. And then finally, we are adding that key in the .ssh folder and defining that, okay, this is my host in the config file. And then finally, we are running the Docker commands to install everything. And so once it is done, we are running we are pulling the image and then we are running the image. Okay. So let us see here. Okay. So just to change it here to check that. Let us have made these changes. Let us see here on push it will show. Okay. Wait then. Reduce. Okay. Okay. So before that, you'll see that any instances is running. Okay. So easy to. So okay, nothing is there. No instances created. So let us see here. Nothing is running. So we'll start with that. Okay. So let me push it. Okay, I'm going to sync. Okay. Now sync the changes. We'll go here. Actions. So there are a few things is that there are a few I do have a lot of workflows, but we are going to see this Terraform only. Okay. So let me go here all workflows. I don't need one. This one CA is not required. Mine is Terraform only. Okay. So CA is not required. So only Terraform is my actual see end-to-end Terraform.oeml. This is the actual thing. Okay. What I have the cancelled is this one. The name of CA. Okay, this name that CA I cancelled is this one, which is not needed. So okay, we are using this one. Okay, so that's why npm terraform.yml is running. Okay. So you can see here. So once see here, you can see set output. So what is the IP address of the machine? So Terraform apply, if you go here, you can see the initialization plan, everything will be displayed in the logs. Okay, so the output is 54.87.230.207. Let us see here. Okay, if you go here, you can see 54.87.230.207. Okay. So now first portion is done. So instance is created. So now the next portion is, we'll go here. Okay. So the checkout is done, and then the Node.js environment is set up, and then see, you can see here, see 54 dot, so that that IP address is given. So now it will bring the npm installer. So node package manager installation and build is happening. So that is done. So now next thing is build and push. It will build the image, and then it will push the image to docker.io. So you can see here, let it finish. So just one thing I wanted to say here, before that. So generally, if you are deploying the API in the EC2 machine, there is an environment prod.ts will be there. See, this is here. Generally, you used to give local host, but if you're going for production, you can remove as empty. Then it will, if the app server is on the same machine, then you can, if whatever the URL which is giving, it will start to listen that. Okay, let us see. Okay, so now it is getting built. So we are almost, and I guess here these two portions is not required. I guess Docker login and configure AWS credentials. So that may be a copy paste error. So I didn't change it. I forgot to change. So build and push Docker image. After that, you can go for configure SSH. Okay, now once build is ready, you can see here. So last to post is 5 hours ago is there. You can see here, right? You can see here 5 hours ago. Okay, done. Let us see here, refresh. So you can see here all the packages, everything is getting installed. Before we go here, see a few seconds ago, you can see here, right? Version 2, few seconds ago, pushed. So it is, we are almost done. It's going to be finishing another 1 minute. So it can, before that we'll be ready for with the URL. Can see here. So, okay, the site can't be reached. So we are waiting. Okay, now it is extracting the image. I mean, it is pulling the image. So download is complete. Once the pull is done, Docker images will bring you the list of images. Okay, it's fully complete. I'll see. Wait. Yeah, see. Uh, Image is done. Okay, so you can see here. So all the things are done. Full image. We wanted to see the image, right? Okay. Okay, Docker images. It will bring you that. Okay, this is the image ID 2 minutes ago. Okay. So now we are done. Now let us refresh the page. See, application is back. Okay. So we can test it. Terraform, Terraform, N to N, test video 090909. We data is added successfully. Okay, Terraform N to N video. Let us update this to N video to update data updater. So go to ROST record. Okay, so it is update, and finally I'm going to delete it. Now lost only, so PVT only. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so this is up and running. So you're able to see. Now let me delete the instance. Instance is sorry, terminate. So now we will see that what happens. It could be okay. You'll see here. See the site completed. That's it. So since we have stopped the instance. Terminate. Okay. So that's it. So okay. So you can see here all the things. Okay. So thank you. Thanks for watching. If you have any doubt, you post it in the comments. Let us try to address whatever the information which I have. So thanks for this.